Guys, this is the video special that I talked about this coming Saturday. Does anyone know where this place is? If you know of MediaCity UK in Manchester, you might know what is filmed here. Coronation Street. We are here for the Coronation Street tour. I won it on Instagram through EE Mobile. So I'm getting to tour my favourite soap scene. Or soap scenes and soap scene sets, yeah. So join me on this tour, and especially if you're a Corrie or soap fan and you're watching Florence Mallet A3060 on film at Coronation Street. So a little disclaimer before the video starts. So the outside tour of the cobbles, there's not really much of it because it wasn't a group tour. This is actually a private tour that I won through EE Mobile. So normally when you go on the Coronation Street tours, there's about, I don't know, a bit of a group. It's just me and my mum. Would have been me by myself if mum hadn't come along. So the tour went a bit differently. Now, there are certain things I cannot show on camera as requested by ITV or our tour guide. So there's going to be a lot of pictures of like the inside sets, but I did start recording in the inside set, but I cannot show it because due to reasons from them. As well as when we're outside, there's certain bits that I've cropped out because there are certain things I cannot show, just by orders of them. So what actually happened during our tour is we went onto the set of the Rovers Return, the pub in Coronation Street, and by surprise, we met the actress Jane Danson, who plays Leanna Battersby, and we probably spent about half an hour chatting with her. So that's probably why our tour on the actual cobbles itself was cut short, because we spent more time talking. But I can show you all the pictures of inside, and I'll tell you like whose house I was in and everything. Yeah, so that'll be that. So yeah, hope you enjoyed as much as I did, and it was great fun. Hopefully someone here gets the chance to go on the tour as well.
We built it. We took the chance to make it a little bit bigger. So it's like before we couldn't have passing cars, but now we can have cars passing.
Oh yeah, that's what they do. That
the houses are a wee bit bigger.
That's fine, yeah.
So yes, we've made it. Everything's fresh. So
how often does this change?
This sort of seasonally, not often.
Wow.
You can see how faded they are, but they might put some slides
Wow.
there, but not. There is a Jeep
Rosamund.
in there, but it's directly behind. Yeah, because sometimes I'm like, oh well, I'll put a shop in on the left. They're like, actually, that's our hospital beds, so we have to negotiate. And but actually, even the head of IT got involved, saying I don't want anything on the cobbles yet. So it's too precious with me.
Towards Eccles there, bus stop there.
Bus stop there.
Nice bit, and then this is always the classic.
It is.
So when you're again filming with me, cats when we're filming, we can't show those
all the houses.
Things. This is always when we're trying to do stuff. We have to be careful of what the press will just basically take the flat and expose the story. That's what we thought. Yeah, it's too new, so they use yogurt to help grow the mould on the cobbles and on the bricks and stuff.
Wow.
So the builders it was a bit of a struggle phase, building straight walls, and the designers didn't want straight
Streetcars.
So it was a bit of a hard one for them to build, really.
Preston's Petals, there we are.
Yes, Mary. She's great, isn't she? So that's a proper set, so we have the stuff in there so we can shoot in there.
Oh, right, okay.
Prima Donna is a proper set, we can shoot there because it's tiny.
Oh, yes, yes.
Oh, a Prima Donna, yeah.
And then Streetcars is exactly set in too, but we haven't had that for ages.
No, that's right, yes.
I kind of miss that
The only time here is when they do the Argos advert. Is this
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Streetcars, Boys Rolls,
There's the builder's yard there.
and the community
Oh my
centre.
God.
Yeah, it hasn't had. It's quite. I don't know why. It's a difficult set to shoot. It's quite small. I think somebody would have taken it over by now. But again, they quite like sometimes having empty units because that's what's happening in real life. The new precinct that they're building, they will have various
Who lives there, Ma?
bookies there, but they'll have empty stuff.
It's Imran and Toya here, I'm sure.
So that's the office.
Oh, it's the office, yeah.
but they live.
See Kelly's standing on the corner.
They live filled after that because they live in 19.
Oh, right.
They live
Right.
after that, yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
Leanne,
of course.
Leanne,
yes.
yeah, that's it.
Adam and Sarah in this new
Yes.
development. I can't remember what it's called.
And this is the
Well, all the clothes got thrown off, didn't it?
yes, this is for all the clothes.
Yeah. So as well, so this Victoria Court, the aspirational thing. It used to be like you go from the terrace to a cross, but now it's like terrace to a cross, and then this is more aspirational.
Yeah.
And then just around the corner, we've got a gate, and actually behind there is our big police station set. So it's a trickery. So like you can go through the gate, and it's meant to be a car park area, but actually we've got the whole police station. So again, we don't have to go out on the unit.
It's so like old looking. I love that.
That's done so nice, isn't it?
So this,
Love that.
But even here, actually, we used to stop the set here. So we had stuff built across here. I think there was a building which made no sense. It was like the road went to nowhere. But then when we built the new stuff, all this is new.
Oh, this is right.
And they
There's
built
the
it-
tram.
Yeah, it was amazing. But the whole
Shuttleworth. Oh god.
always be here wasn't new.
Right.
We just never followed cameras down here and stuff. So gorgeous. The directors love shooting there. They get the high angles. It's
Yeah, and
nice
it drops
to have
off.
the Clandestine meetings there. This
Oh,
is the
yes.
ginnel that always bad stuff happens.
Yes,
So
yes.
again, when the designer made it, she's done it. It's a bit like the New York thing where you have smoke coming through as through.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, this is it. Look at this.
Shuttleworth. Yeah.
This is good.
Yeah.
This character.
Always something goes wrong in there.
Yeah.
Always something.
But it's quite good, George and Todd. I didn't think that would work. Again, it's worked really well.
It has.
It's brought Todd
Yes.
more human.
Yes.
So we can play more things with him. He was a bit too naughty.
He was so.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hello, E.
Yeah,
Welcome.
he was.
Weatherfield North.
This is where it's all.
Oh, everything goes on
it.
it.
Yeah.
Don't they?
Yeah.
They really
Edible corner. Out of Seb's. Yeah.
Yeah, Seb's garden is just up
Oh,
there,
that one.
And then they've got
Edible
this one.
corner.
Yes.
And then this bench is dedicated to the Manchester bench too. So one of our set designers, he designed it, and then we got mosaic
Oh,
artists
wow.
to make the bench. It's been remade because it got a bit rotten in all the rain.
Yeah.
So yeah, and again, even that,
Incredible
like
corner.
when we're doing commercial stuff, we just make sure that that's not in.
That's
It
so
doesn't quite
nice.
feel right.
No.
So, because we had one of our fans, Martin, he was killed in the bomb. So he had he's the one who had the tattoo of Deirdre on his leg and stuff. So when we revealed it, Kate, our producer at the time, back to the families here, they saw it all. They were across. They knew what was happening. They saw it all. Oh, cool.
Oh yeah.
When I first saw
Abby
it,
came
I
and wrecked
just
it,
thought
remember?
was
She-
one big thing, and I was
Yeah.
getting quite confused,
Oh, man.
really.
I think it is.
Yeah, Abby just came and destroyed it. Remember that?
Oh yeah, she came and kicked and yeah.
It's nice though.
And it's what all areas are doing, and I think, was it that one or, I think it was it the time of COVID that? Or was it before?
What about so?
Yeah.
When
It
was
was
it?
after. It was sort of after all the vaccines came out and whatnot.
Was it around when?
May 21 it was. I think. Yeah.
Because I think there was an idea that the ginnel was going to be sort of like, when people have the garden allotments or the backyard
Yes.
allotments, it's going to be like that.
Right.
But because
Oh.
of COVID, we couldn't do it, so we put it
Put it
like
there.
that. It was something
Yeah.
like that. So this is the builder's yard.
Oh yes.
Everything goes on there.
Yeah.
This is where I really look my continuity because we used to have a guy, Bill Walls, who played Charlie.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
His dog.
Char-
Oh my God, this must be like a team. But we have to cook and drive the car.
Right.
etc.
Yeah.
And then also sometimes you get actors saying, yes, I can drive. What can they like? They're from London, they can't drive.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I know.
It's terrible driving there.
It's like driving in London. I do. My sister lives in Clapham, so I do.
Rosamund Street,
Yeah,
Coronation
I've
Street.
driven. It's just not much fun though, is it? I mean, I love driving. It's just not fun.
Yeah, that hate crime photo was taken.
But
It.
people are just so much. Yeah, it's because even if you go to the around marigolds, no one mentioned anything. She had marigolds. I was like, of course Sally would. Of course she would.
Oh no.
Oh man.
And when she's up against Maria,
Yeah.
Oh, that's
council.
Yeah.
Oh.
up the Royal Webster's.
Yeah, I can't believe these cobbles.
They
It's
are.
It is
weird.
actually quite.
Yeah, the other ones were prettier. That's why I'm always shooting cobbles when I can find nice cobbles.
Yes.
Because when we're doing close-up stuff, they're not as pretty as these ones. So,
Mm.
yeah, like they do hurt your feet. You do know when you work.
And dolphins.
Trainers on, and it's like,
It was cold as well, so you know what everyone gets hilarious with the crew. It's like anything, but when people are always admiring, what socks have you got and what boots have you got? You know when you're on a crew because you're like everyone works out the thermals and the fleece is really warm rather than just looks fluffy.
yeah.
Which fleeces are written? It's always the cap on this way. So again, when we moved, we made some more. So we built these because that gives us an opportunity. If we ever need another family, we can
Oh, the back of the Rovers.
Right, yes.
So you can go. Yeah, this is the Rovers.
Yes.
It looks really grotty.
Yes.
Super grotty. I think it looks grotty on camera, but I think Jenny would do this up.
She would, wouldn't
Yeah.
she? Because she likes all that, doesn't
Yeah,
she?
I think she'd be there with all the, outside burners and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, she'd want to smarten it
Yeah.
up, wouldn't she?
I remember speaking to the MD. He said, during COVID, he wanted to have the pub outside to make it pedestrian, but they didn't go for it in conference. I mean, even he's the MD, but they didn't go for it, and they were like, no, we're not doing it. So I thought that would have been great. I was like, yeah, do it.
Something different.
I remember the scene where
So Maddie's corner.
Jason's dad beats up Callum behind her. Yeah, he's walking around there and...
There's all the bins.
And there's all the bins.
Oh.
Yeah, so they've all got the different yards, and then some of the yards you can
that's nice.
pick the walls up
Oh!
and take them out, like a toast rack basically, because they're really small, but if you can pick them out then you can get different angles with the
Well, guys, that was my private tour at Coronation Street on the set with EE Mobile. Turns out I was actually the only one that won that. Quite a few people have commented. How I won it, I don't think I actually explained it. On Instagram, EE put up that... well, it was actually Coronation Street, because I followed the Coronation Street Instagram. And they put up that they're introducing EE routers in certain sets, houses and places in Coronation Street, and you have to look for it. So one of them had a list of Wi-Fi networks and devices on there, and you had to guess by the names of what they were, whose residence it was. So it turned out to be Gary, Maria, Kelly and Liam's place. So that basically was what I commented, and it turns out I won it. Might have been because of my fan page that I've got on there. That might have also been why I won it. But yeah, if I hadn't brought Mum along, because they could bring a guest, I asked a few friends if they come along. No one was able to, unfortunately. I would have had it all to myself. But it was interesting to see all the inside sets, because I don't know if anyone knew this who does watch Coronation Street or any soaps. But the street where we toured is just the exteriors. The only scenes, the only sets that actually you can access through are Prima Donna, I think Streetcars, and the Cabin, I think the other one. Yeah, where you can access them through the. Otherwise, they're all just false exteriors, and the actual interiors are inside the studios, which is the part that we couldn't film. But it was where I got all the photos of me in the bistro, the Rovers, and in Gary and Maria's flat. That's where they do the interiors. So they'll have to film like an exterior shot, close the door, and then they've got to go into the studio and pick up from where they left. So it's quite interesting how it's all done and how we got to see what they do. It's weird now when you've actually seen how it's done and you watch the show yourself and you realise the science behind it. Some people think it ruins the magic, but to me, it just makes it a whole lot more interesting to know that's how they actually do it. But no, that was a surprise meeting Jane Danson, because what happened was we walked into the Rovers. That's the scene where everyone gets like a photo, and all of a sudden we hear someone go, "We're closed, sorry," and we're thinking it's like one of the directors or maybe like one of the assistants working on the set. And then she popped out in her yellow jacket, and I was like, wow, couldn't believe it. We literally spoke to her for about like half an hour. So our tour was probably cut short because of that. But it was nice. It was, you know, she's very lovely to talk to. And here's a tip, guys, that I will give people. If you want to meet cast or just happy from Coronation Street, it can be from anywhere, and you want to actually talk to them properly, or you want them to look at you and talk, speak to them for who they are. They're a normal person at the end of the day. They're a human like us. Because some people walk up and go, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. It's, you know, it's Leanna Battersby or whatever. Or, you know, like, you know, we'll go up to, I don't know, who else from Corrie. Like, they might go up to Molly Gallagher who plays Nina and go, oh my god, it's Nina Lucas and whatnot. When you do that, you just show yourself as a psycho fan. I mean, I can't say if I met Duran, I'd be like that to Simon and John Taylor and whatnot. I would start screaming like fangirling. But meeting actual cast, I've met quite a few of the cast. I don't know if people have actually seen pictures I've got, but I've actually met quite a few of the cast, and they're all really lovely to talk to. But Leanne was like, we were just chatting, like, you know, we were surprised, like, oh, hello, we were like that. But if you speak to them like they're, you know, human being at the end of the day, don't really try to idolise them. You actually get a lot of conversation. But it was interesting because they all share something about how they do their lines and whatnot, and yeah, it was just interesting. I've been a fan of Coronation Street for most of my life, actually. Roy Cropper was always my favourite. He's a train spotter, if people have picked up on that. So yeah, 2005 was, I think, when I first started watching it. Then I've been on and off between it. I tried off like Hollyoaks and whatnot. Never really got into all that. So I basically, 2013, I rewatched it again when Hayley, Roy's wife, was dying. And yeah, really after that, I just sort of took onto it. And then sort of kind of on and off. I was there for Sinead Tinker's scene when she was dying of cancer. And that's a shout out to my friend Simone, who is a massive fan of Katie McGlynn, who played Sinead. And then I sort of, during the pandemic, when we first, like COVID was first a thing, I then sort of, oh no, I was there throughout the whole story with the Platts and Callum Logan. I always go watching old clips of that on YouTube. And my entire history is full of Coronation Street clips of like the old days. And then I re-entered into it, you know, again, like sort of last year, especially during the hate crime. That was really sad, that hate crime, but it's won an award, and I think it's about identity stories. It's for someone who, like, you know, Coronation Street is not just entertainment, it's done a lot for me as well, helped me be a lot more confident about myself. That's why last year I changed a lot about who I was. Yeah, so if there's any Corrie fans here, comment below who are your favourite characters. I think we all know who my favourite character is. Has to be Kelly Nealon. Yeah, she's always been my, well, I say always, was my favourite since last year when she sort of first came on, and whatnot. Yeah, so glad to have done that. Manchester's a lovely place as well. I've been there quite a few times, but hey, I'd love to go back there again. Yeah, travel with Avanti West Coast I did. Oh, brilliant trains. And obviously because of the fact I work on the railways, I got my journey for free. Yeah, that was good as well. So yeah, it'll be interesting to explore again. But yeah, I think they're doing more tours in April, so if anyone wants to go for it. Co-op have done something now. I think you can win a street party on Coronation Street. So guess what? I'm going to go and see if I can apply for that as well. Anyway, so guys, it was a pleasure. And yeah, it took a bit longer because this week I'm on nights. I'm doing my first night shifts, so bear with me, the videos might be a bit here and there, but we'll try and keep them up. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and don't forget to keep it supreme and go with the flow.